Welcome to my channel. Read to lead.
Let me start with a simple but uncomfortable truth. If education alone made people rich, your school principal would be driving a Lamborghini. If hard work alone created wealth, construction workers would own 5 villas. And if job security guaranteed success, retirement homes wouldn't be full of exhausted professionals asking, "Where did my life go wrong?" Yet here we are, smart people, hardworking people, honest people, still worried about money. So today, I'm not here to motivate you. I'm here to offend your old money beliefs. Because this story didn't make millions comfortable. It made them financially awake. This is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Not a book about money. A book about how money plays with your mind. A boy with a simple dream. Once upon a time, not in a palace, not in a billionaire's house, but in an ordinary middle-class neighborhood, there lived a boy with a dangerous dream. He wanted to be rich. Not salary rich. Not month-end rich. But never worry about money rich. Now, like any intelligent child, he asked the most logical person he knew, backhand index pointing right, his father. This father was educated. Multiple degrees. Stable job. Respected in society. Let's call him Poor Dad. Poor Dad didn't lack intelligence. He lacked financial literacy. So when the boy asked, "Dad, how do I become rich?" Poor Dad replied proudly, "Study hard, get good grades, find a safe job." This advice sounded perfect. After all, this is what the world teaches, right? But here's the problem. Everyone was following this advice, and everyone was still running in the same rat race. Enter the other father. Now comes the twist. The boy had another father figure. No college degree. No fancy vocabulary. No government job. But something was different. This man never worried about bills. Never complained about salary. Never feared job loss. He thought differently. Let's call him Rich Dad. And Rich Dad didn't give advice. He gave experiments. The first shocking money lesson. One day, Rich Dad offered the boy a job. The boy was excited. Finally, this is how rich people start, right? Then Rich Dad told him the salary. It was terrible, embarrassingly low. So low that even child labor laws would raise an eyebrow, grinning face with smiling eyes. The boy worked hard, swept floors, cleaned shelves. After weeks of work, frustration exploded. The boy complained, "You're exploiting me. I work hard, and you pay me almost nothing." Rich Dad smiled. Not an evil smile, a teaching smile. Then he said something that changed everything. Most people work for money. That's why they stay poor. Brain the trap no one talks about. Rich Dad explained. People work because 2 emotions control them. He capped 1 fear. He capped 2 desire. Fear of not paying bills, losing comfort, being judged. Desire for bigger house, new car, social status. So people wake up, rush to work, get paid, pay bills, repeat, over and over and over, like a wheel. Rich Dad called it the rat race. And once you're inside, salary increases don't free you. They tighten the cage. The most dangerous sentence ever spoken. Then Rich Dad said a sentence so dangerous. Schools avoid it, parents fear it, and employers hate it. The rich don't work for money. Let that sink in. The rich use money as an employee. The poor and middle class are employees of money. Money tells them when to wake up, when to relax, what they can afford, what they must postpone. Rich people flip the script. They don't ask, "How much salary will I get?" They ask, "What will pay me forever?" Why school failed you? Yes, you. The boy realized something disturbing. School taught math, language, science, but not crossmark how debt works, crossmark why savings lose value, crossmark how assets create income. So people grow up saying, "I earn well, but I'm always broke." That's not bad luck. That's bad education. Money is a language you were never taught. Rich Dad explained money like this. Money is a language. If you don't learn it, you misinterpret it, you misuse it, you fear it. That's why some people see a house and say, "Dream home, red heart," and others see the same house and say, "Lifetime liability." Same object, different literacy. House, the biggest lie society tells. Now comes the lesson that shocked the world. Rich Dad asked, "Is your house an asset?" The boy said proudly, "Yes." Rich Dad replied calmly, "Then why does it take money from your pocket every month?" Silence. Here's the rule Rich Dad gave, simple, brutal, unforgettable. If it puts money in your pocket, it's an asset. If it takes money out, it's a liability. That's it. No emotion. No attachment. No social pressure. Only cash flow. Grimacing face, why the middle class struggles. Middle class life cycle. Key cap 1, earn money. Key cap 2, buy bigger house. Key cap 3, buy better car. Key cap 4, increase lifestyle. Key cap 5, increase stress. When income rises, expenses rise faster. That's why many high-income people live paycheck to paycheck. They look rich. They feel trapped. Brain, the first mental shift. Rich Dad didn't say, "Don't buy nice things." He said, "Buy assets first. Let assets. Heavy checkmark, pay for the house. Heavy checkmark, pay for the car. Heavy checkmark, pay for your lifestyle." That's the difference. Humor break. Very important for retention. Poor Dad said, "Job security is everything." Rich Dad said, "Security is an illusion." Poor Dad said, "Avoid mistakes." Rich Dad said, "Mistakes are tuition fees." Poor Dad said, "I'll get rich when my salary increases." Rich Dad said, "That's what everyone says." Right before retirement. By now, the boy understood one thing. Both dads were smart. Both worked hard. Both loved their families. But only one understood money's rules. And here's the scary part. Money doesn't care how good you are. It only responds to how well you understand it. Part 2. The lie your salary can't save you. The asset versus liability truth. No emotion allowed. Rich Dad said, "Let's forget emotions. Let's talk numbers." Most people buy things emotionally, then justify them logically. Rich people do the opposite. They analyze first, celebrate later. So Rich Dad repeated the rule. If it puts money into your pocket, it's an asset. If it takes money out, it's a liability. Simple, cold, effective. Why your dream house may be a nightmare. Society says, your house is your biggest asset. Banks say, congratulations, 30-year loan approved. Rich Dad says, who's paying whom every month? Think about it. You pay EMI, property tax, maintenance, repairs, insurance. Does the house pay you? No. You pay for decades and call it success. Rich Dad didn't hate houses. He hated confusion. The car that stole your future. Let's talk about cars. The moment you drive a car out of the showroom, it loses value faster than gossip spreads in an office grinning face with smiling eyes. It's for convenience. Money, I'm leaving your pocket. Yet people upgrade cars every few years, while wondering why savings never grow. Rich Dad's rule. If it doesn't pay you, it delays your freedom. Cash flow doesn't lie. Wealth is not about salary, titles, Instagram lifestyle. It's about cash flow. Rich Dad taught the boy to draw simple diagrams. Poor and middle class. Salary, expenses, nothing left. Rich, assets, income, buy more assets. No magic. No lottery. Just structure. The most expensive education ever. College teaches you how to be an employee, but not how to be an owner. So even highly educated people say, I'll invest once I feel safe. But safety never comes from salary. Salary stops the day you stop working. Assets don't. I earn more, but I'm still broke. This is where people get confused. They say, once my income increases, life will be easy. But life hears that and says, challenge accepted. More income brings bigger house, better car, better phone, better lifestyle. Expenses grow faster than income. This is called lifestyle inflation. Rich Dad called it running faster on the same treadmill. Why smart people make dumb money decisions. Intelligent people think,
I'm smart.
I'll figure money out later. But money punishes ignorance. Not immediately, but consistently. That's why some average thinkers become rich. They respect money enough to learn it. What rich people actually buy. Rich Dad said, before you buy luxury, buy assets. Rich people buy heavy checkmark rental income, heavy checkmark businesses, heavy checkmark stocks, heavy checkmark royalties, heavy checkmark systems. Then assets buy heavy checkmark houses, heavy checkmark cars, heavy checkmark travel. Middle class does it backward. Performing arts humor break, story style. Poor dad. I got promoted. Rich dad. Did your assets get promoted? Poor dad. I bought a bigger house. Rich dad. Congratulations. Your bills just got promoted. The first real wealth formula. Rich dad didn't complicate things. He said, build assets until your asset income exceeds expenses. That's it. That's financial freedom. No job required. No permission needed. Why saving money is not enough. Poor dad said, save money. Rich dad said, savings lose value. Inflation quietly eats savings. Assets fight inflation. That's why rich people don't hoard cash. They deploy it. Brick the wall that stops most people. People say, I don't have money to invest. Rich dad smiled. That's why you need financial education. You don't start rich. You learn rich. The real reason people hate this book. This book doesn't attack poverty. It attacks comfort. It says, your job won't save you. Your degree won't protect you. Your house won't rescue you. Only financial intelligence will. Now the boy understood something painful. Most people are poor because, by liabilities, call them assets, and repeat. Part 3. Why the system rewards owners, not workers. Imagine this. You work hard for decades. You save, invest, and follow all the rules. Then you look at your paycheck. Half of it is gone in taxes. Bills swallow the rest. And you think, why is life so unfair? Rich dad smiled and said, it's not unfair. You just don't know the rules. By the end of this chapter, you'll see why employees work hardest and get paid last, and why the rich legally pay less while keeping more. Office building jobs versus businesses. The big divide. Poor dad's philosophy. Get a secure job. Work hard. Pay bills. Rich dad's philosophy. Build systems. Let money work for you. Pay yourself first. Here's the key. Employees trade time for money. Business owners and investors trade systems and assets for money. Employees work 8 to 10 hours a day. Worry about promotions. Fear layoffs. Owners design systems that work while they sleep. Control timing, income, and risk. Enjoy leverage. The difference. Leverage. One lever multiplies your time, income, and freedom. A salary lever multiplies stress. The tax trap. Poor dad's nightmare, taxes. Every salary cut hurts. Rich dad's reality. Taxes are opportunities. Here's why. Keycap 1 employees earn pay tax, spend leftovers. Keycap 2 business owners earn, spend pay tax on what remains. The same government, same laws, same money. Different understanding. Rich dad explained it like this. Corporations are legal machines. They protect money, reduce risk, and multiply opportunities. Corporations. The legal superhero. Rich dad didn't see corporations as complicated legal entities. He saw them as financial armor. They shield personal income. They maximize deductions. They protect wealth from taxes and risk. Example.
Employé bailli à $50,000 car paye full tax.
Business buys the same car, can deduct it as a business expense, keeps more cash. Same car, same money, different knowledge. And that knowledge is free to learn. Mindset shift. Think like an owner. Most people think, I want financial security. Rich dad said, you don't want security. You want freedom. Security is an illusion. Employees fear losing their job. depend on raises and bonuses. Owners fear missing opportunities, control income sources. The rich take calculated risks. The poor take comfortable risks like spending without knowing what it costs. Why the rich pay less? The simple, not sneaky. Keycap 1 knowledge of tax laws. Keycap 2 owning income-generating assets. Keycap 3 using legal entities. Employees often feel trapped by rules. Owners use the rules to grow wealth. Rich Dad's golden point. It's not cheating. It's understanding. Most people fail because they obey without thinking. The value of financial education. Rich Dad taught that learning money is more important than earning money. Why? People earn more, spend more, stress more. People learn more, earn smarter, freedom sooner. Financial education is a multiplier. Small income plus knowledge equals wealth. Large income plus no knowledge equals bigger bills. Knowledge is the real asset that never depreciates. Fear, risk, and courage. Rich Dad emphasized, most people fail financially because of fear, not lack of money. Fear of losing, failing, looking foolish. The rich don't ignore fear. They study it, confront it, and use it. Mistakes aren't failures. They're tuition for wealth school. The big reveal. Rules of financial freedom. Rich Dad boiled it down to 4 rules. Keycap 1 buy assets that generate cash flow. Keycap 2 avoid liabilities disguised as assets. Keycap 3 understand the tax system. Keycap 4 work to learn, not just to earn. Do this consistently and freedom isn't luck. It's discipline plus knowledge. By now, the boy understood. Jobs pay last. Corporations pay first. Knowledge beats salary. But the journey isn't over. Part 4, fear, failure, and the skills that make you rich. Here's a question that will make you squirm. Why do so many smart, educated, hard-working people still go broke? Because the world taught them. Avoid mistakes. Play safe. Obey the rules. Rich Dad said, that's how you stay poor. In this part, you'll discover why embracing fear and failure is the fastest path to financial freedom. Fearful face the truth about fear. Fear is the silent tax on your life. Fear of losing money. Fear of being judged. Fear of failing. Most people run from it. Rich Dad taught that fear is a signal, not a stop sign. He said, the more afraid you are, the more opportunity there is. Fear is a compass pointing toward growth. Collision failure. Your best teacher. One day, the boy asked, Rich Dad, what if I fail? Rich Dad smiled and replied, then you've just paid tuition for the best school in the world. Life. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the curriculum. Example, an investor buys a small property. It loses value. Instead of panicking, he studies the market, adjusts strategy, and buys again. Years later, he owns a profitable real estate empire. Most people quit after one failure. The rich learn and retry. Brain work to learn, not just to earn. Schools teach you how to get a job. Rich Dad taught the boy to master skills that make money follow you. Key skills. Keycap 1 sales, yes, even if you hate it. Keycap 2 marketing, selling value, not begging for attention. Keycap 3 accounting, understanding cash flow and profit. Keycap 4 investment, spotting opportunities others ignore. Keycap 5 leadership, getting others to work with your vision. Rich Dad said, if you master just one of these skills, money will find you. Master all and you'll never worry again. The 5 obstacles to financial success. Rich Dad identified the 5 main enemies of wealth. Keycap 1 fear. I can't afford to lose money. Keycap 2 cynicism. It won't work. I've tried. Keycap 3 laziness. I'll do it later. Keycap 4 bad habits. I spend more than I earn. Keycap 5 arrogance. I already know enough. He taught the boy to spot them in himself before they became traps. Key overcoming fear with action. Rich Dad's strategy. Keycap 1 start small, risk manageable amounts. Keycap 2 study the opportunity. Knowledge reduces fear. Keycap 3 take action. Even imperfect action teaches more than perfection. Example, The boy invested a small amount in a used vending machine business. He made mistakes. Machines broke. Money disappeared. But he learned how to manage cash flow, how to negotiate with suppliers, how to sell products efficiently. His fear turned into skill. Light bulb the difference between smart and rich. Smart people avoid risk, look safe, study endlessly. Rich people study smart, take calculated risks, learn from mistakes. Fear is the divider. Skills are the bridge. Building construction, building your financial muscles. Rich Dad said, "Your financial muscles are like real muscles. You have to exercise them." How? Budgeting strengthens awareness. Investing strengthens courage. Networking strengthens leverage. Learning continuously strengthens intelligence. Most people want big muscles without daily exercise. That's why they stay poor. Money with wings, the magic of passive income. Rich Dad's favorite lesson. Work once, earn repeatedly. Example, buy a small rental property, collect rent monthly. Write a book, royalties for decades. Start a business, systems generate income while you sleep. Assets work for you. Liabilities work against you. Simple, brutal, true. Direct hit. Part 4 closing. Curiosity loop. By now, the boy realized fear and failure are allies, not enemies. Skills matter more than income. Assets beat salary every time. Part 5 The blueprint to financial freedom. By now, the boy had learned jobs aren't enough. Assets beat liabilities. Fear and failure are teachers. Skills create opportunity. But Rich Dad wasn't finished. He leaned forward, eyes twinkling, and said, "The richest people don't just know money. They think money. And more importantly, they act." This part is where theory meets reality. Building construction, building wealth from scratch. Rich Dad's first instruction. Start small. Start now. Start smart. Here's the step-by-step blueprint he gave. Keycap 1. Acquire financial education daily. Read books, obviously winking face. Track your income and expenses. Study taxes, investments, and laws. Rich Dad emphasized, knowledge compounds like money. Learn daily, and wealth grows naturally. Keycap 2. Buy assets, not liabilities. Identify income-generating assets. Real estate, stocks, businesses, royalties. Avoid emotional purchases. Rich Dad's mantra. Every rupee you invest in a liability is a rupee away from freedom. Humor break. Poor Dad. I bought a mansion. Rich Dad. Congratulations. Your bills just graduated to university. Grinning face with smiling eyes. Keycap 3. Pay yourself first. Before bills, before luxuries. Allocate a portion of income to assets. Treat yourself as a creditor. Rich Dad explained. Most people pay everyone else first. That's why their dreams are never funded. Keycap 4. Take calculated risks. Start small. Learn through experience. Scale gradually. Fear is normal. Action conquers it. Rich Dad's favorite line. The more afraid you are, the more you should move. Keycap 5. Use corporations and tax laws. Protect personal wealth. Reduce taxes legally. Reinvest intelligently. Rich Dad laughed at employees who complain. The system isn't unfair. You just don't know how it works. Think differently. The rich mindset. Rich Dad's ultimate lesson. You must see the world differently if you want different results. Employees. I work hard for money. Rich people. Money works hard for me. Employees. I want security. Rich people. I want freedom. Employees. I'm too scared. Rich people. I study, I calculate, I act. Rich Dad's final challenge to the boy. Keycap 1. List all your assets and liabilities. Keycap 2. Identify one small asset to acquire this month. Keycap 3. Learn from mistakes quickly. Keycap 4. Repeat consistently. Keycap 5. Measure cash flow monthly. Consistency beats intensity. Repetition beats luck. The final lesson. Think long-term. Rich Dad said, wealth isn't built in a month or a year. It's built over decades, with discipline, courage, and learning. Avoid instant gratification. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Avoid blaming the system. Wealth isn't magic. It's compounded wisdom applied over time. The boy realized, poor dad's advice wasn't evil, it was incomplete. Rich dad's lessons were scary, but real. He took small steps, bought small income-producing assets, paid himself first, learned from mistakes, thought differently about money. Years later, the boy, now a man, was free from fear, debt, and financial uncertainty. And the secret? He didn't just want to be rich. He wanted to understand money. And that understanding changed everything. If you've made it here, stop blaming your job. Stop worshiping your salary. Start building assets, learning daily, and thinking like an owner. Rich Dad's last advice: don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for luck. Don't wait for someone else's permission. Start today. If this summary changed the way you think about money, thumbs up like this video. Bell subscribe for more life-changing book summaries. Speech balloon comment below. Which Rich Dad lesson hit you the hardest? Because your best investment isn't in stocks or real estate, it's in your mind.